just starting out and you're wanting to launch your first course online, what I'm going to reveal to you here is going to save you time and money and prevent all that trial and error that I went through. And if you already have an online course, but you're feeling stuck and not getting the results you hoped for, then chances are good you're making at least one of these 5 profit-killing mistakes and not realizing it, especially if you're following conventional wisdom. Now, the first mistake is what I call the picnic pants pattern. And it's something that I see all the time with both new course creators and experienced ones. And it's a pattern that can keep your business stuck for years. I mean, I just told you about my first online course failure just a few minutes ago and how I spent almost a year and thousands of dollars perfecting this course and getting all my ducks in a row, only to see nowhere near the number of sales I hoped for, and only a handful of the students completing and getting the results they expected. You see, I found out far too late that I'd created the wrong thing. It was something that my students just didn't want or even like, to be honest. And that put my business in this tailspin for about 4 years as I kept trying to make a bad product work. Anyone with me? So remember these? Of course not. And nobody does. But somewhere, sometime, someone got really excited about the idea of building a picnic table in your pants. And then they spent a huge amount of time and effort and money on this idea, only to later realize that when they took it to market, that it was solving a problem that nobody was interested in. It never got any traction, hence the picnic pants pattern. And the world is littered with the results of the picnic pants pattern. Even big companies make this mistake over and over, like Microsoft with the Zoom, which lost $289 million in just 1 quarter because it didn't land with its audience. And I see 99% of course creators making their own version of the picnic pants. They get an idea, then they spend a long time working on that idea in isolation without getting any feedback from those who matter, their potential audience. And sadly, when they finally do go to market, they're blindsided because instead of the flurry of sales and interest, they face the rude shock that they missed the mark completely. So just imagine that for a moment. All that time and energy and focus wasted, and you lose out on the massive opportunity that's right here at your fingertips to channel some of this $200, billion a year industry into your pockets. So I call my solution to this the beta test process, and it's super duper simple. You simply start looping in the people around you before you create your product, and you get their reaction first, whether on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, on email, anywhere you have those connections. And you just start talking about the big problem that you solve in a specific way. You simply share a few details about that problem you're solving with your course, along with your product mission, your future self vision, and your bird's eye view. And I'll be talking about those things in just a minute. And because you're talking directly with them one-on-one, you're going to know right away if the idea excites them. And if you get enough interest, you just ask them if they want to buy right then and right there. And if you're solving the right problem, some people are going to say yes right away. And this is the most powerful evidence that you can ever get that people want what you're about to create. Wouldn't you say? Because people will always say what they think you want to hear until it comes to money. But when people are actually willing to pay you, then you know it's the real deal. And if you don't get any votes or sales, in other words, for creating a particular product, then you can either pivot your idea or move on to the next idea and just keep trying until you find what people really want. And don't worry, you can refine your existing idea or go through several ideas in the space of a single week. This does not have to take a long time. Just like my coach student, Daniel Real, who simply began talking about his idea and used his bird's eye view to enroll 3 brand new students for a total of $10,500. And my student, Pamela Ma, she created a brand new program, and she was able to validate it simply by talking to people about the program. And these conversations also helped her understand what messaging got her audience motivated to buy, with one person paying her $2,500 right then and right there. Then there's Michelle Taylor, who dreamed of having an online program since 2004. And her journals, her computer, they were filled with all these half-finished ideas. And she had no idea which one to do first. So she took no action and naturally got no results. And with our help, she had her first course idea. And instead of pre-creating it, which is what most people do, she just started having conversations to gauge people's reaction to her idea. And 8 people loved what she said so much that they immediately said they wanted in, and they paid her real money. So that's $4,135 in revenue without a sales page and before the product was even created. So now she got paid to create her product. So as she says, take imperfect action and just go along with the journey. Sell before you create it. So to recap, to break the picnic pants pattern and avoid this massively costly mistake, and I know I made it more than once, your top 3 takeaways are that no matter what level of experience you have, you always, always, always start by talking to people, talking about the idea and asking them to vote with their money. Because creating products without understanding your potential customer is always the biggest, costliest mistake that you can make. And this really allows you to actually get paid to develop a winning product that you know people want and get out of that stuck cycle of doing everything in advance and get the proof that you need to move forward with confidence.